So, I'm going to go in today to talk to you guys about a common phenomenon that's known with this generation, and it is called ghosting. Ghosting essentially is basically where you drop off the face of the earth. It can be in a dating situation or a friendship situation where there's no kind of dialogue or communication as to why things happened, why things ended. You just kind of don't respond to text messages. You don't return phone calls, whatever the situation is, Facebook messages, block, whatever. So this is something in particular that I have an issue with. Especially with this generation, because of social media and all these things, it definitely makes it easier to ghost people. I've probably done it before to people, mostly people that I probably didn't care about, but being on the receiving end of it kind of really sucks. So I'm taking the solemn vow to never do that to another human being, regardless of whether I don't give a fuck about them, because it really is. It's like an insidious kind of torture. I had a situation where I liked somebody, like, it wasn't like I was in love with them, but I really liked them, and this went on for months and months, and this person, I really think that they have, like, an emotional maturity problem, or, they, I don't know. I don't know what their issue is. They have an emotional maturity problem, a ton of walls, whatever. So, in this particular situation, I eventually got frustrated because we would talk every day on social media. We'd hang out, like we were friends, like we'd talk, and it wasn't just the amount of times we'd talk, is about the depth of things we talk about. We talk about everything, argue about everything. And even though I didn't want to be in a relationship with this person, one, because the amount of like unwhitening that I would have had to do from that situation would have been a lot. I have and by unwhitening I mean like the whole white privilege, whatever bullshit that comes from being cultured white. Not that I don't didn't adore, or still kind of do adore this person, but I don't know. I just felt like it would potentially lead to future conflicts. Also, their lack of communication skills were not great. So I mean, I'm not even looking for a relationship, but those were the two contributing factors. But that didn't necessarily mean that I didn't have feelings for this person, and this person knew that I had feelings for them. I'm not sure whether or not they had feelings. It's kind of up in the air. Like, my gut says yes, but I don't really know because I'm not that person. So essentially, I finally got sick of it, and I confronted them because we're in this situation, everything's ambiguity. I just wanted them to be able to say, like, I like you, or I like you back, or anything like that. But this person kind of freaked out at me and said they couldn't return my feelings, which was kind of bullshit because, like, this person comes over, they, engage in physical, like, affection, which I normally can do with most people. Like, I don't have a problem with that. I can do it. But, like, with this particular person, it's just rough because the feelings are already there. You have the constant contact, the emotional kind of intimacy aspect, and then you're, like, engaging physically, too. So, we didn't sleep together or anything, thank God. But we... whatever. I'm not going to get into the specific details. It was enough. So, I'm kind of an impulsive person when I am upset, and alcohol does not help with the situation, but when I'm upset, I don't necessarily think the most logically. And we had gotten into a conversation about, like, I was like, hey, like, it'd be nice if, like, you could say you like me back, or, like, give me some kind of feedback about, like, where this is going. And this person was like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't return your feelings, which I felt like was bullshit because you let this go on for all this time. Like, you don't have a problem engaging physically. You don't have a problem, like, talking to me every day or whatever, but you have a problem verbalizing. So it doesn't become an issue. It doesn't become an issue when I said I liked you. It becomes an issue when I confront you about your feelings, and that's when this invisible wall comes up. So I kind of freaked out and I was like, until you realize how you feel, I can't deal with this. Don't talk to me. Like, da da da. Da. But, like, I was really good friends with this person at the same time. So I didn't really want to lose them as a friend, which I know makes me a little crazy. Maybe I should have just, like, given it a little time, but I kind of came to regret my decision, my impulsive behavior. So on Wednesday, I kind of messaged them and I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry, I still need a little bit more time. By the end of the week, I felt like it had been enough time where I kind of am over the situation right now, like, where we could maintain friends as long as, we um, don't get into this pattern that we're in. And I mean, I want to. Um, so I took a lot of time and effort, and I know this makes me a little crazy, but I mean, this kind of like emotional thing with us has probably been going on since January. So, I mean, I wanted to take the time to try to repair the potential damage. So, I constructed this really long letter. I mean, it was probably like 3 pages. It was pretty long, but it, like, detailed everything that I felt like went wrong, just because we hadn't had any communication or whatever. This person basically blocked me on Facebook after I had unfriended them, which I know sounds stupid, but I had unfriended them, and then all of a sudden I got a block. Like, I noticed because you can just tell when you've been blocked by somebody. So I messaged them this information, like this whole letter that I took time to construct, nothing. And I know, like, it makes me seem a little crazy, which I'm gonna acknowledge I am a little bit crazy. Like, I'm a little bit. But this is still hard. This is still fresh. No response. So, like, I had even taken time to, like, message them and be like, hey, I'm gonna send you this. It'd be really nice if you could read it. Like, nothing. Nothing, completely blank. Whatever. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. If this person's alive, dead, whatever. I'm assuming they're... Actually, I know they're alive because I mass sent a Snapchat out to all of my Snap. Because normally when I do it, I just send it to everyone. And I saw that they viewed it. So they're not dead. They're just more than likely ignoring me. But I wasn't sure if they had blocked me on their phone or whatever, which I know I'm sounding crazier and crazier as this video goes on. But I just wanted to, like, for my own personal sanity, because I do have, like, slight abandonment issues, I wanted to ensure that I knew that they read it. Like, that they knew it was there, that there was no possibility that they were just completely ignoring me, and then I'm fine, right? So I sent them a message on Snapchat, which I'm still awaiting a reply, or at least to, like, view that it's read. But essentially, for me, at least personally, that dialogue was important. Like, I would have been okay. I wouldn't have been acting this, like, crazy, because I feel like I'm crazy now. Like, if he had been like, hey, like, this is too much for me. Like, you're acting cray-cray. I can't talk to you anymore. Bye. Or, like, even, like, if it had been, like, the situation, like, it's too much for me to deal with right now. Like, I don't have any feelings for you. Like, I think we should both take some space, just, like, to deal with whatever. Goodbye. Not just, like, empty block after, like, we've been talking every day. Like, we literally talk every day. Like, there's not a day that goes by pretty much that we don't talk. Maybe, like, occasionally, but so it kind of sucks. And I mean, I feel this slight void. Like, I lost this friend, and on top of that, I didn't have the closure that I was looking for, which, it happens. But, like, with that person, like, I thought that they valued our friendship more, that they wouldn't do something like that. But, I mean, I should have known better, considering the fact that they weren't able to confront or convey their feelings, that they wouldn't be able to, like, that it would probably be okay that they just, shut me out. So, in short, ghosting people causes emotional distress. It doesn't give the ability to have the dialogue that is essential for closure. Like, why that happens, so you don't repeat the same mistakes. Like, you don't know what and that, I think that's essential in, like, ending any kind of relationship or situation. So to all you guys, if you're thinking about if there's somebody that, you know, you're talking to and they're just getting on your nerves or whatever, it's not going well, at least do them the courtesy of telling them what's going on, even if it sucks, like even if they're a little crazy, like even whatever, just like tell them the courtesy, and then if you want to block them, like do whatever, like do what you got to do, but like don't just completely drop off the face of the earth without any explanation because it sucks. And that's all.